Ever feel that cold dread creeping up your spine? That feeling of being utterly alone, hunted, with nothing but your wits to keep you alive? That, my friends, is the magic of survival horror. It's more than just jump scares and spooky monsters. It's a genre that gets under your skin, that makes you question every shadow, every creak of the floorboards. But what exactly makes a game a true survival horror experience? Is it the limited ammo, the claustrophobic hallways, or is it something deeper, something more psychological? Today, we're diving deep into the darkness to uncover the anatomy of survival horror, exploring its history, its core mechanics, and why we just can't get enough of being scared out of our minds. Let's rewind the clock a bit. While horror themes have been in games for a long time, the term survival horror really blew up in 1996 with the release of the original Resident Evil. Its director, Shinji Mikami, coined the phrase to describe this new blend of gameplay. It wasn't an action game where you could just blast your way through. Resources were scarce, every bullet counted, you had to solve puzzles, manage your tiny inventory, and often, the best strategy was to run and hide, not fight. The game's fixed camera angles created this incredible sense of tension. You could hear a zombie moaning just around the corner, but you couldn't see it. That fear of the unknown became a hallmark of the genre. Sweet Home had a team of characters exploring a haunted mansion, limited inventory, puzzles, and even permanent death for your party members. Sound familiar? It was basically the blueprint. These early pioneers proved that games could be more than just high scores and power-ups. They could be genuinely terrifying experiences. Whether you're a police officer on his first day, a father looking for his daughter, or just someone who took a wrong turn, you're fragile. This is reinforced by the game mechanics. Limited health, no regenerating shields, and enemies that can take you down in just a few hits. This sense of powerlessness is crucial. It forces you to think strategically, to pick your battles, and to appreciate every single health pack you find like it's a winning lottery ticket. Next, we have resource scarcity. This is the big one. In most games, you're drowning in ammo and supplies. In survival horror, you're rationing every last bullet. You might find a single shotgun shell and have to decide, do I use it on this one enemy blocking my path, or do I save it for whatever boss is waiting for me in the basement? This constant decision-making creates a layer of strategic tension that's just as stressful as any monster. It's not just about aiming and shooting. It's about survival economics. Do you have enough ink ribbons to save your game? Do you have enough fuel for your lantern? These mundane questions become life or death choices, and you can't talk about survival horror without mentioning the puzzles and exploration. Think of the Spencer Mansion, the town of Silent Hill, or the Ishimura spaceship. You're not just moving from point A to point B, you're piecing together the story of what went wrong, often through scattered notes, diaries, and audio logs. Now, let's talk about the atmosphere. A great survival horror game is a masterclass in building tension. It's all about sound design, lighting, and pacing. The scraping sound of something dragging itself just out of sight. A good sound designer can do more to scare you with a single audio cue than 100 jump scares, and pacing is key. The game gives you moments of quiet, letting you catch your breath, which only makes the inevitable scare that much more effective. It's a roller coaster of tension and release that keeps your heart pounding. Over the years, the genre has evolved. The early 2000s saw a shift towards more action-oriented horror with games like Resident Evil 4. While it's an incredible game, some purists argued it leaned too far into action, losing some of that classic survival feel. This led to a split in the genre. On one hand, you had blockbuster action horror titles. On the other, the indie scene really stepped up to carry the classic survival horror torch. Games like Amnesia: The Dark Descent took the idea of vulnerability to the extreme by removing combat entirely. Your only option is to run and hide. This created a new subgenre of helpless horror that was absolutely terrifying in its own right. And what about psychological horror? This is where the genre gets really interesting. Games like Silent Hill 2 don't just scare you with monsters, they mess with your head. The town of Silent Hill itself transforms to mirror the characters' psyches. The monsters aren't just random creatures, they're symbolic representations of fear, regret, and repression. It makes you think, and it makes you feel, and that's a powerful combination. In recent years, we've seen a fantastic resurgence of classic survival horror. Sequels like Village and the remakes of Resident Evil 2 and 4 have shown that there is a huge appetite for well-crafted, tense, resource management-focused horror. We're also seeing new franchises like The Evil Within and Alan Wake to pushing the boundaries of what survival horror can be, blending mind-bending narratives with classic survival mechanics. I think it's because it's a safe way to confront our fears. It's a thrill ride. You get all the adrenaline and the catharsis of surviving a nightmare, but at the end of the day, you can just turn off the game. It allows us to feel brave, to feel smart for solving that obtuse puzzle, to feel a massive sense of relief when we finally reach that save room. The save room music is practically a sacred hymn for survival horror fans. It's that moment of peace, a sanctuary in a world of chaos. Survival horror is a testament to the power of interactive storytelling. It proves that games can be more than just fun distractions. They can be art that evokes powerful emotions. It's a genre that respects the player's intelligence, forcing them to think, plan, and persevere. It doesn't hold your hand. It pushes you into the deep end and dares you to swim. And that feeling of overcoming the odds, of surviving the night against impossible challenges, is one of the most rewarding experiences in all of gaming. So what's your favorite survival horror game? What moment in a game made your blood run cold? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to read your stories. There are so many amazing titles out there, from big-budget blockbusters to hidden indie gems, and this incredible genre just keeps evolving and finding new ways to scare us. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the darkness. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the games we love. Stay safe out there, and check your corners.